like this. Boat items used to look like this. Burning boats fall slower. They used to be minecarts in Pocket Edition. You can use leads in Bedrock Edition. Riding a boat takes no hunger. Mobs used to control boats. Boats go over slabs. Boats on blue ice go at 70 blocks a second. They make different sounds on land. They used to break snow layers. They're smaller in Bedrock Edition. You don't need a shovel in Java Edition. Dolphins chase players in boats. They smelt 6 items in a furnace. Magma won't break boats. You don't take full damage in Java Edition. Like the video. Banners used to look like this. Banners used to be items. There are over 800 quadrillion banners. They can go on your head with commands. This was the first image of banners. Savannahs have brown banners. They're not flammable. You can bleach them in the Education Edition. They can have more patterns with commands. Patterns use real vexillology words. Note blocks on banners make a bass sound. Banners can fuel furnaces. You can clone banners. They aren't central in item frame. They're as strong as sign. Ominous banners used to look like this. These were the first 4 banner patterns. Like the video. Sheep used to look like this. Mutton used to look like this. Evokers can make blue sheep red. They can eat grass through honey blocks. The mutton textures were made by a fan. Fishing rods used to shear sheep. They used to be rainbow sheep in Minecraft Earth. Lambs mix their parents' colours. The wool used to show even with invisibility. Their heads look different in Bedrock Edition. There are 5 more types of sheep in Minecraft Earth. Sheep can't fit through gaps like this. They eat ferns in Bedrock Edition. Baby pink sheep are the rarest. They used to drop more wool. They used to drop mushrooms. Minecraft's conduit used to look like this. The conduit power icon looks like the old Heart of the Sea texture. They can be angled in Bedrock Edition. The achievement is a reference to a whirlpool in Norway. This spacing gives you conduit power anywhere. They're as bright as glowstone. Nautilus shells used to look like this. Nautilus is a real animal. Nautilus core was the old name for Heart of the Sea. The heart opens when fully activated. Dark Prismarine used to not work with conduits. They break faster with pickaxes in Bedrock Edition. Some conduit sounds have no subtitles. Subscribe. Minecraft's cauldrons used to look like this. Snow can go in cauldrons in 1.17. The water changes color in Bedrock Edition. The corrupted cauldron is a boss in Minecraft Dungeon. Potions used to be brewed with cauldrons. Cauldrons emit light when there's lava inside. The cauldron item used to look like this. Arrows get stuck in the water. Banners can be washed in cauldron. A glitch used to make cauldrons look like full blocks. Villagers can only claim empty cauldrons. Cauldrons couldn't be filled when they were added. Potions go in them in Bedrock Edition. The inside is half the height of a slab. Subscribe. Cats used to look like this. Cats are smaller than ocelots. Cats only have 3 legs in a snapshot version. Cat spawn eggs look different in Bedrock Edition. Lego Minecraft cats look like this. There's a type of cat in Bedrock Edition that you can't get. Siamese cats are changing in 1.17. Kittens teleport when they grow up. 2 of the cats have different color eyes. One cat skin was based on a YouTuber's cat. Cats hiss at phantoms. Stray cats attack baby turtles. The tuxedo cat is based on Jed's cat Newton. Their tails don't show their health. Subscribe. 5 cool Minecraft facts. Minecraft Earth had fancy chickens which dropped fancy feathers and were based on the red jungle fowl. Silverfish are in the files of Minecraft dungeons but never show up in game even though they're in the trailer. Endermen take damage in water but not in cauldrons. There are 79 different biomes in Java Edition but only 75 in Bedrock Edition. Mobs used to run away from creepers but this was removed because it caused too much lag. Subscribe. Minecraft's coral used to look like this. Mojang donated $100,000 to fix real coral reef. Diamond has the same blast resistance as coral. Coral slabs were shown at Minecon but were never added. Coral blocks look like this at Minecon Earth. They're all based on real types of coral. You need silk touch to get coral. Pistons only push dead coral. There are 11 types of coral reef. Coral blocks used to look like this. Coral fans used to look like this. Bone meal makes coral in warm oceans. Coral reefs can have dead coral in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe. Cobweb used to look like this. It takes 13 seconds to fall through 1 cobweb block. Spiders were going to make cobwebs. Arrows aren't slowed by cobwebs. Cobwebs make 9 string in Bedrock Edition. You walk even slower if it's on ice. You can put paintings on cobwebs in Java Edition. They take 20 seconds to break with no tool. They generate in igloo basements. Silk touch swords drop cobweb. They used to just be called webs. Cobwebs use stone sounds. Mobs won't burn in cobweb. The texture was added 2 years before the block. Subscribe. Minecraft Steve used to look like this. Steve looks like this in Minecraft Dungeons. Steve and Black Steve used to be mobs in 2010. Steve can be 4 sizes in Bedrock Edition. Smash Bros uses Steve's old skin. His skin was updated for Bedrock Edition. Steve appears in over 12 other games. Steve was called Steve E in Pocket Edition Lite. Lego Steve is based on his old skin. The bottom of Steve's body is the color of his shirt. Steve has a hole in his head, but Alex doesn't. Pressing G used to spawn Steve. Steve was the first ever mob. Subscribe. Minecraft's magma blocks used to look like this. They used to keep the light level of blocks next to them. Water used to evaporate on magma blocks. Dirt and magma blocks take the same time to mine. Spiders can't climb them, but cave spiders can. They only generate from Y27 to 36. Magma does no damage with Frostwalker. Magma blocks don't hurt shulkers. Only these mobs can spawn on magma blocks. Magma still does damage with the trapdoor on top. They emit smoke in the rain. This was the first image of the magma block. Fire burns forever on magma blocks. Subscribe. Minecraft's dispensers first looked like this and took longer to break. Minecarts with dispensers were shown but never got added. Dispensers used to look slightly different. You can lock a dispenser with commands. Mushrooms and sheep can be sheared with a dispenser. Bows that were about to break can still make dispensers. Pistons can only push dispensers in Bedrock Edition. Saddles and horse armor can be equipped with a dispenser. Dispensers wait 0.2 seconds before dispensing items. Every jungle pyramid has 2 dispensers. Dispensers can be heard up to 16 blocks away. Dispensers can charge respawn anchors. Subscribe! Minecraft's leaves used to look like this. Leaves can be 15 different colors. Rainwater drips through leaves. Jungle leaves are the least likely to drop saplings. Leaves block light from the sun but not from torches. Every leaf texture was changed in 1.14. Leaves fade to white in snow biomes in Bedrock Edition. Leaves don't stop chests being open. These tools all break leaves the quickest. Leaves being held are always a different color when placed. Swords break leaves quicker than hands but slower than hoes. Cocoa beans used to be dropped by jungle leaves. Dark oak leaves can be found in woodland mansions. Subscribe! Minecraft's barriers used to look like this. Redstone can pass through barrier blocks. Water can go inside barriers in Bedrock Edition. Beacon beams can go through barriers. Real no symbols have the line going the other way. Withers used to be able to break barrier blocks. Barriers used to make lava particles when broken. You can't go above or below border blocks in the Education Edition. In debug mode worlds, the floor is made of barriers. Invisible bedrock used to surround worlds in Pocket Edition. This was the first image of a barrier block. Barriers have the highest blast resistance in the game. Subscribe! Minecraft's ender chest looked like this when it was suggested on Reddit. Ender chests were a mod before Mojang added them. This was the crafting recipe when ender chests were suggested. Ender chests looked like this when they were added. Chests and ender chests sounded the same until 1.10. It takes nearly 2 minutes to break an ender chest with no tool. Renaming an ender chest won't show up when open. Ender chest particles don't go more than a block away. Piglins will attack you if you open an ender chest. Ender chests look the same as chests at Christmas. The ender dragon can break ender chests. Ender chests emit a light level of 7. Subscribe! Minecraft's brewing stand used to look like this. Cauldrons were first added for brewing potions. Brewing stand items first looked like this, and then this. This was the first image of a brewing stand. Brewing stands always face east. Brewing stands didn't have sounds before 1.9. It used to take 30 seconds to brew a potion. Brewing stands emit light. Pistons can't push brewing stands in Java Edition. Brewing stands used to have a smaller hitbox. Breaking a brewing stand makes particles from a bottle even if there's no bottle. Blackstone can be used to craft brewing stands. Empty brewing stands are found in village churches. Subscribe! Minecraft's air wasn't an actual block until 2013. There are 3 types of air: void air, cave air, and air. Air in the inventory used to look like this. Air, structure void, and barriers are the only invisible blocks. Structure blocks show air as small blue cubes. You can survive the void with enchanted golden apples. Elytra boosting doesn't work in the void in Bedrock Edition. Air is one of the 5 blocks found in all dimensions. In one update, villagers and the Ender Dragon dropped air. The void has an invisible floor in Bedrock Edition. In 1.2, going 618 blocks under bedrock would show a black box. Subscribe! Minecraft's bone blocks used to look like this. Bone spiders were in Minecraft Earth and made bone shards. Wearing a bone using commands puts it in your mouth. Fossils were originally going to be made out of quartz. Bones used to look like this. Bones were added at the same time as cake. 6-sided bone blocks used to be in Bedrock Edition. Bone meal can be used on any side of a grass block. Note blocks make xylophone sounds with bone blocks underneath. Bone meal used to look like this. Fish only drop bones in Bedrock Edition. Redstone used to not pass through bone blocks. Bone meal doesn't work on these plants. Skeletons drop up to 5 bones with looting 3. Subscribe! Minecraft's hoppers were added in 2013 and looked like this. Hopper items looked like this when they were first added. Stone used to be used to craft hoppers instead of iron. Hoppers used to make the same sounds as wood. Jukeboxes can be played using hoppers in Bedrock Edition. Hopper items used to look like this. A hopper can move 9,000 items per hour. Opening a minecart with hopper provokes piglins. Levers can float on top of hoppers. The minecart with hopper used to look like this. This was the first image of a minecart with hopper. End ships used to have a hopper before elytras. Hoppers facing no direction could be spawned in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's concrete was added in 2017 and was first seen in this video by Gem. Lava used to turn concrete's powder into concrete. Concrete is blast-proof in real life, but gets broken easily in Minecraft. Diamond, netherite, and gold tools all break concrete powder at the same speed. Gravel takes longer to break than concrete powder. Falling concrete powder is smaller than a full block. This was the first image of concrete. Concrete never catches fire from lava. Red sand can't make concrete powder. Stone is quicker to break than concrete. Concrete makes a bass drum sound when under a note block, and concrete powder makes a snare drum sound. Subscribe!